Hey, butterflies. It is your host, Black Butterfly, and welcome back to the Free Space Podcast. And I am so happy you guys are tuning in. If you are new here, welcome. Here at the Free Space Podcast, I share my personal experiences in regards to mental health, LGBT topics, self-care, self-awareness, and more. There is no sugarcoating over here, but this also is a safe space for all. You are more than welcome to send your donations via Cash App or through my website at the Free Space Podcast to help sustain the stability of this show. So, it has been a very, very interesting month, you guys. Very interesting. As y'all know, I took a little break, but a bitch is back. Hello. And this week, as a comeback, I'm going to be talking about taking ownership of your own shit. Like, for real, like taking ownership, because I feel like it's people out here in the world right now, present day, that are not taking ownership of their own actions, their own thoughts. They're wanting to place the blame on others. And I want to speak on that. I need to speak some life into y'all and let y'all know you need to take ownership of your stuff. And if you know someone that is not taking ownership of it, I'm going to give you some tips to tell them they need to take ownership. Don't try to put all their weight, all their thoughts, all their negative energy on you, because if you didn't cause anything negative that they're feeling or what they're going through, you don't need to absorb that energy, boo. Like, the fuck? No, we're finna cut it. Cut. Snip, snap. So, let me calm down, because y'all know when I get hype, it's gonna get juicy, it's gonna get real, because that's what we finna do on the Free Space. Hey. Alright, so let me calm down. I missed you guys. Like, did you guys miss me? Because I missed y'all. Like, I miss just recording for you guys and just sharing like some real life stuff. And I'm so excited to just be back. And you know what? Let me stop babbling and let's just get into this topic, because baby girl, yes. All right. So, taking ownership of your own shit, like point blank period. That is literally what it's gonna be, and that's where we're gonna go. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Like, I don't even know how to really break it down, but I just feel like people just need to own up to actions that they do. Do not try to take something that happens in your life, especially if you were like a part of the mix and you want to blame it on others. Like, for example, like, okay, boom. So there's a person that I know that they like to take things that other people do and their reaction to their action, they don't see what they did negatively as a problem. They like to be like, oh, well, they made me do it, so I did that. Hold up. What did you do? Because with every action is a reaction, but if you're reacting in a negative way and you don't take ownership of that because they end up reacting back at you with that same negative energy, you can't blame that person. You can't blame them for reacting negative back towards you because you acted negative towards them. When if it was a situation that was no need for that negative energy to be even brought up, you feel me? Like, it's just people that they feel like, oh, they got me, so I need to get them back. Bitch, we not Medea out here where she be like, if they get me, I gotta get them, got them. Like, no, we are not Medea. Let Medea do that. We are our own person, okay? Okay. Like, if someone does something to you, don't act in the negative aspect. Like, really sit down and logically think, okay, is this worth me overreacting about it? Or do I need to really sit down, think about what transpired? Like, what is this whole situation as a whole? And then, like, honestly, you have the control of reacting at the end of the day. You really do. Like, take ownership of also not reacting. Because sometimes not reacting to something can be very beneficial for your own sanity and your own peace. And ultimately, a lot of people nowadays, I feel like, are not valuing their sanity and their peace. They're just like, okay, I'm in a space where I need to just be there for everyone. I, need to just put myself out there. Which, don't get me wrong, there's nothing with that. Like, do you, boo? If that makes you happy, that's fine. But you also need to draw a line, and you need to just take ownership of, like, if it starts getting overwhelming, don't put that blame on those that you're giving that energy towards. You need to evaluate yourself and be like, okay, did I put myself in this situation, or did others put me in this situation? And if you put yourself in that situation, you need to look back and reevaluate how to decrease or minimize the situation you put yourself in to be mentally overwhelmed, drained, and eventually maybe even burnt out. No one wants to feel burnt out or overwhelmed in life because you don't get anything done. That's just the actuality of it. And I don't want my butterflies out here, giving their all to people, and, shit hits the fan and they're just like, they put all the blame on the other person. Well, they did this, they did that. Da, da, da. Like, bitch, what did you do? Did you contribute to any other situation? Like, did you think about that? Did you think about your own life skills? Did you think about your life choices? No? Well, you need to think about that. Like, it's just ultimately I've seen a lot of people in my age group, specifically like in our 20s, we're at a stage in our life where we are learning about ourselves. We're really understanding the world around us. But as a whole, we're losing sight as well. We're losing sight of who we are. We're wanting to fit in and blend in. All these trends that are going on TikTok, everyone's like, ooh, I need to do this challenge. I need to look this way. I need to be that way because this person is doing that. No, don't do that. Don't try to change yourself to be included. Be that outside person. Be that black sheep. Because sometimes, actually, let me check myself. Majority of the time, a lot of black sheeps that stay a black sheep and they own who they are come out being very successful. A lot of these successful influencers, they are doing outside of the norm. They're doing things that other people aren't doing, which is why people are noticing them. Be a leader, bitch. Don't be a follower. Create your own trend. If you have a trend where you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna make up and I'm gonna do a skincare routine, but I'm gonna do a twist on it. I'm not gonna do it how, I see someone else do it. I'm gonna do it my own way. And if your way works for you, boo, make a trend out of that. Hey, this is what I do. And you might have someone that be like, damn, she did that. And you take ownership of that. You own up to that. And you be like, I did that. I did that. I did not get that from someone else. That may have inspired me, but this is mine. I did this. And it's the same thing with life choices. Like, if you're in a relationship and say like your significant other, hypothetically, like y'all are in a argument or something or a disagreement, and, one partner says something that the other one didn't like, and the original partner snaps back at them and they don't apologize. They don't take ownership of that. And their reasoning behind it is because, well, my partner said X, Y, and Z, and they know I didn't like that, so I snapped on them. Did you say, like, it's like you're not taking ownership. Did you say something to them that may have caused them to unfortunately react in a way that they did not want to react towards you? Like, think about that. If your partner is willing to acknowledge and say, hey, babe, boo, whatever, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said X, Y, and Z. I'm sorry. Are you able to reciprocate that same energy? Are you able to reciprocate this same energy to a friend, to a parent, to a coworker, to a friend? Are you able to reciprocate that same energy and be like, hey, cat, hey, dog, I messed up. I know I shouldn't have said X, Y, Z. I shouldn't have done this or that. But I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Or can we talk about this? Can we move on from this? It's called taking accountability. And I tell you guys this, like, always make sure that you're being authentically yourselves. Don't try to be out here being fake and phony, because no one's going to respect you. And no one's damn sure not going to respect you if you're not owning up to your shit. You want someone to speak on you, be like, hey, this person right here, she takes ownership. She takes accountability. She says when she's done something wrong, or she can apologize for when she said something wrong, or whatever the case may be. Because for me, I want to be known that, hey, Black Butterfly, she takes ownership of her stuff. She takes accountability, whether it's good or bad. Y'all know, I will let y'all know, hey, I did this. I was wild. I did XYZ. But I've taken the things that I have done, especially the negative things, and I've turned those things into lessons in my life. I've turned them into lessons, because when you take accountability, it allows you to have self-awareness and reflect and be like, okay, I do this, I do that. I'm a firecracker. But when I am these things, this is how I can approach it and turn it around and make it not so hectic or a volcano that just outbursts on everybody. And that's how people in the world will respect you. That's how you'll be able to get that promotion, or you'll be able to make your business grow, or whatever positive manifestations that you have in your life. That's how those things will end up revolving and coming to you. But you have to take ownership. You have to take accountability, my darlings. I am here to tell y'all, I know. I've been through it. I have went through a time period in my life where I did not want to own up to nothing at all, especially bad. I'd be like, bitch, I didn't do that. I didn't say nothing to you. You did this, so I did that. Like, I was playing tick for tack. I sure did. I would be the one to want to add fuel to the fire. And I realized, and I look back, that it did not get me anywhere in life by doing that at all. And as soon as I started taking accountability for my actions, not only has that helped, make my marriage better, but it has also helped build better and healthier relationships that I have with others. By taking accountability, being able to be an adult and speak on things in a mature way, and not being so negative and just about it. And that's what I want you guys to understand. Having accountability, and you taking accountability for yourself, you will also build your self-respect and your self-confidence as well. And I always tell you guys at the end of every episode that you are loved and you do matter. And I want to add on to that you need to add accountability with yourself. Don't wait for others to build that kind of confidence into you. You need to build that confidence within yourself, and that will radiate and that will shine so bright on the outside that people will look and they'll be like, oh my gosh, who is that person? Like, they are confident and they own up to their stuff. And that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to build up and be confident in yourselves. Don't just always highlight the good in your life. That's fine. But highlight those bad things as well. Because it's those bad things that also help us grow too. It also helps turn those bad things into those good things. Just remember that and think about that. And, as final wrap-up thoughts, I just want to end by saying that it's okay. It is not going to be easy to, realize that you did something wrong. If you have a trusted person that you can go to and ask them for advice, hey, this situation happened. I did this. What's your input? It's okay to get input from, someone else on the outside looking in, because sometimes we may not see what we do as wrong. Sometimes it takes to talk to someone else about it, and they tell us, hey, dawg, you was wrong, because we may not feel like it at the moment. It's okay to have that self-reflection and have another perspective. But at the end of the day, just make sure that you own up to your stuff and you take accountability, because that will build your self-respect and others will respect you because of it. So, without further ado, I hope you guys have taken in a lot of good tea, a lot of good advice, and just know that I love you. If no one told you today, you are loved. And on next week's episode, we will be, spicing it up a little bit. So be prepared, get ready, because it is going to be absolutely amazing. So until next week, remember, you are loved and you matter. And Black Butterfly will see you next week. Bye.